What's up, readers? Welcome to Maru Review. Isa na namang top 10 romance manhwa ang isi-share ko sa inyo. Ready na ba kayo? Alright, this is my top 10 romance manhwa with green flag male lead. Number 10, My Cute Beast. As the saying goes, never judge the book by its cover. Daim is a lovely elementary school teacher as well as a savage who can rip anyone apart with the fiercest comebacks. On-gyum is a florist with a heart of gold who often gets misunderstood because of his intimidating looks. But as incompatible as they seem, their shared love of cats start pulling the unlikely pair close together. Here comes an upbeat romance comedy between a saucy bunny and a sweet beast. The female lead has a strong badass personality while the male lead is just perfect. He is misunderstood sometimes, but he is a green flag without a doubt. The storyline is good and interesting, that's why I highly recommend it. Number 9. Marry My Husband. When Jiwoo, a 37-year-old cancer patient, walks in on her husband and her best friend, she realizes her whole life has been a lie. What's worse, she dies a tragic death at the hands of her husband. Would things have been different if she had made different choices? Fortunately for Jiwon, she is given the chance to rewrite her fate when she is reincarnated as her younger self. This time, she vows to live a happy life. But first comes revenge. Her plan? To marry off her now former best friend to her lying, cheating husband. The story started about revenge, but as you go by the chapters, you might realize that there is more to it and it is actually good. It is satisfying and the characters gets what they truly deserves. Number 8. Another typical fantasy romance. After the god dropped her in the world of her favorite fantasy romance novel, Litera was quick to realize that happily ever afters were never easy to get. Given another shot at happiness, she is now determined to avoid the mistake of her previous life, starting by meeting the sweet and caring Grand Duke she spent years exchanging letters with. Another typical female lead with another typical Duke, promised to wed. Will the story go the typical path we all expect? The male lead looked different. He's rough looking and had this big scar in his face. He also have this facial hair, but his heart is pure. His relationship with the female lead is healthy and he truly cares about her. He is not your typical male lead, but he is amazing. Number 7. My Husband Hides His Beauty. Just like the title, the male lead is really handsome, but he denies it and had this oblivion since birth. I like that they played the reincarnation concept of the female lead really well, and I hope she can finally stop our male lead in filing a divorce. There's a family who for generations were rumored to be a monster. The Lord of Halstead Castle, Erden. He adorns a mask to hide his scary face. Letitia, who was sent to marry Lord Halstead in place of her sisters, began to be referred to as the woman who married the monster and was pitied by others. But there's a secret that they don't know. I'm always grateful to you, wife. You're so kind to the unsightly me. Well, since I'm Erden's wife, I need to divorce you soon so you won't be troubled by such a thing anymore. I'm sorry, but I lost the divorce paper. Well, of course, that's because I burnt them. So I need more time. I need to spread more scary rumors about the North to the lawyers. I am definitely not divorcing such a handsome husband. Number 6. Seduce the villain's father. Upon opening my eyes after a bus accident, I found myself in the fantasy world of a web novel I enjoyed reading. The only catch is I reincarnated 20 years before the novel begins. Reborn as Princess Yerenika of the small Levony kingdom, I am determined to change the future in order to prevent a series of unfortunate events that will soon occur. In the original story, my older sister, Tehavia, is pregnant with the future female lead when she's suddenly kidnapped by Belgot Empire's emperor. But in my desperate attempt to protect her, I got kidnapped instead. And as if it wasn't bad enough, my body is ridiculously weak to magic, but strangely enough, whenever I'm by the Emperor, I feel fine. The only way to save the Emperor who was destined to die at the hand of his own son after marrying the villainess and save myself from being afflicted by magic is for us to marry. Marry me, father. Father? Princess, I haven't married yet, nor do I have any kids. The character is so adorable and the male lead is just too soft to our female lead. The pacing is just right, The relationship is so good to watch and the art is really good. Number 5. I'll be the matriarch in this life. Florencia was reincarnated as the illegitimate child of the richest family in the empire. She had thought that everything would go well in the future. But her father passes away, her relatives left her at the doorstep, and the honorable family she was so proud of was completely ruined. But is this real? She drank a little, a lot, and was hit by a carriage. When she opened her eyes again, she was 7 years old. Moreover, the second prince who was the enemy of her family in her previous life is following her around like a dog. The main lead here become head over heels to our female lead. Like who doesn't? She even tamed her own family. Well, some of them changes after her incarnation, and I really like the slow burn romance because as of the moment, they are still young, and I can't wait to see them grow. Number 4. I became the wife of the main lead. Everything seems too fast for me, but don't get me wrong, I still like this manhwa. The male lead is really nice and only care for the female lead, while the female lead is badass and overpowered. I wonder what will happen next. I possessed the body of Fiona, the final villainess whose soul was sentenced to eternal suffering after her gruesome demise at the hands of the world's hero. She was tortured by her own family just because she was an illegitimate child. And so, arriving 6 years before the start of the novel, I was sent to war at the age of 13. Fortunately, as the story's greatest villainess, Fiona was a genius mage. I had to survive the monster invasion. But now, I couldn't be in the middle of the battlefield just before I ran out of breath. I encountered the teenage male lead. Why is he here? Well, if the male lead dies here, then the world will be destroyed. So let's save him first. Number 3. Honey, I'm going on strike. Kasia Ruberno, Countess of Simon Empire, marries Hester Grease, a commoner war hero, at the order of Emperor. After living for 10 years with no love or money, he dies of incurable disease. No, I only thought that he was dead. At the same time as his death, Kasia returns to the first day she met him 10 years ago. However, I don't want to repeat the same life as before, so I declare a strike. Kasia, who was blunt and knew nothing but war, was determined to live on her own without being discouraged. Strangely, Hester in this life continues to try to get Kasia's heart. I like the art the most in this manhwa, and the male lead is so cute. The female lead might agree with me if I said that he is different from her previous life. Like he can give everything for his love to Kasia, which our female lead failed to know in her previous life. Number 2. Daytime Star. A struggling no-name actress of 17, Yura Wang, she barely lands a minor role in a movie that blonde to be a success. A celebrity, So Young Kang keeps running into Yura, who always seems to be shedding tears every time he come across her. As these two reunites in the new movie Time, will Yura finally seize the moment to make her name known? And will Song-hyun figure out why he can't get Yura out of his mind? Only time will tell. This is not your usual fan and idol falling in love with each other. I've already recommended to some of my videos and I think this is the sign for you to give it a try. Number 1. Positively Yours. Dwell was dismayed the BFF she crushed on and her other BFF are now dating. Seriously bummed, Hewo decides to go wild just one time and find solace with a handsome stranger. A very satisfying one-night affair has now turned into more. She's pregnant. Fate brings them together and the regimented Dojun is determined to do the right thing and marry her. But they're basically strangers, except their bodies have been very intimately acquainted. What does Mother to do? I hope that this one will have its own K-drama adaptation. I think it will be a blast if done right. The male lead is a huge green flag and I'm so jealous of the female lead. And that's the end of our list. Did you find a good romance manhwa with green flag male lead? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more manhwa recommendations. As always, thank you so much for watching. Let's enjoy reading more manhwas and see you on our next video. Bye-bye! Kaway-kaway naman kayo dyan!